What is going on, guys, and welcome back to another video. Today, I have on with me Jake. Jake the Snake. He
That's
joined
right.
Empire Blueprint it was a little more than 12 months ago, I believe, that
Yeah.
you've been in Empire Blueprint. And Jake, if you could, start this video off with a bang and tell us how much you made January 2026, the first month of the year. So in 30 days, what did you close?
So I closed $12,232 to be exact.
Woo! So $12,000, and that's cash collected. That's not
Correct.
revenue. That's
Cash
cash
collect.
collected from fitness coaching. Guys, Jake has been in this for a long time, and he's
Wow.
been grinding. And I might even get a little bit
Uh,
emotional on this interview because I'm telling you right now, I have watched Jake come up. I have watched him struggle. I always knew how hard of a worker he was. But over the past year, he has really turned on the afterburners. He is grinding day and night, even though he has a whole bunch of other things that he's currently doing in the process. I want to dive a little bit more into his story, his mentality, and what's brought him about this success. Because for most of you guys out there that are watching this, making $10,000 in a month seems like this super far off goal that's super, super difficult to achieve. And the honest truth is, $0 to $10,000 is the hardest. Like after that, you start to get into a rhythm and your clients start to send you more referrals and things just come a lot more naturally. So let's go through a couple of the different things that helped you get from $0 to $12,000 in a single month. If you could, go ahead and walk me through, Jake. When you first joined the program, what were you really looking for? What were you looking to achieve when it came to taking your business online?
so when I first joined, obviously I have like built a sense of community where I've grown up
Mm-hmm.
in the city of Downey in like California, and then now I am in Norwalk. It's always been kind of like if you have like a fitness question, like that's your guy in regards to
Mm-hmm.
supplements too. So in the process of everything that kind of transpired, I had like a mental shift when I got in a really bad car accident.
Hmm.
Everything just kind of turned on for me. That there had to be like something more.
Yeah.
So with that being said, it's funny how things work. It's just I have definitely like tried to work on my relationship with God, and it definitely shifted like a mindset of like try to do more, try to find my purpose
Hmm.
basically, which has always
So
been fitness.
you were coasting
Correct.
beforehand. You weren't putting too much effort into your work. You were working as a personal trainer. Correct?
Yes.
You were
Yes.
working as a personal trainer in person, but then you got into this car wreck, and that was
Right.
the really big turning point for you. What exactly were you thinking when you were down? If you can explain to us
Yeah.
all the injuries that you sustained during that and what was going through your head when that happened.
So in that whole period of time, so my recovery process, I wasn't in the gym. I was like still helping clients in person, but I was being very cautious. I wasn't lifting and I was out of the gym, like didn't pick up a weight for about 4 months.
Mhm.
So with that being said, helping my clients, just kind of like them doing everything, all the heavy lifting. I didn't want to touch a weight just to make sure I was okay. I kind of shifted. I'm like, dang, it's like I felt like my whole identity was just like me working out.
Yeah, for
So
sure.
then it definitely got lost. And then, so in this process, when I jump on that first call to obviously, I did get a more close relationship, try to build that with God. I've been following you. I was following you for a long time,
Hmm.
and then I just had like an intuition to be like, dang, maybe I should try to see how far I can get with Brandon. So then got on that call, and then in this whole process of me trying to like figure out like this whole like I guess purpose, I
Hmm.
did build where I'm sitting right now. I'm actually so in my supplement store,
Hmm.
Nutriverse.
Yep.
So that started, and then this was just like another piece of the puzzle where I kind of developed an ecosystem now, and it's all around fitness. And I feel like I was in a bubble where I could definitely impact more people
Yeah.
being my genuine self just by trying to actually make an effort to build instead of just staying in that bubble and being complacent.
100%. So you've got your supplement business that you run,
Hmm.
and then
Correct.
you also you started off as a personal trainer, and you still are
Correct.
super active at the
Yes.
gym that you go to,
Yes.
and now you've
Yes.
transitioned. You're doing a lot of stuff online. You're
Yes.
bringing in these clients. You're making a lot more money while
Hmm.
being able to work from your phone and your computer. How
Correct.
has that been? Like just
So
being able to have a more relaxed schedule, not having to wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning to go train clients and be there till like 8 and then at night. Has that really changed
yeah,
the quality of
so
life?
I still do have some in person. So it's not
Hmm.
completely, but I'm
Yeah.
definitely taking those steps now. I've just developed a lot more hybrid relationships,
Hmm.
but I still have like my core central clients of in person. But definitely a majority is like a lot of it has been more of the hybrid program.
Hmm.
And then once I'm definitely like tapped out. So
Yeah.
like now it has to be like if you want to work with me, it's like it's fully online now.
Yep.
Unless like a spot opens up, which obviously I'm definitely open to it.
Yeah.
I love my hybrid program, which has been
Hmm.
a majority of what I was able to bring in the
Yeah.
month of January.
Hmm.
So now that's kind of like off the list. Now I can maximize more potential being more online.
Yep. Even more
Yeah.
online. Well, that's
Hmm.
great. And what did you total out to online, including the hybrid, in the year of 2025?
So, dang man. So I think I wrote it in the
Yeah,
blueprint,
I think it was
but I
it was
think it was
70.
like
Was it
yes,
70K?
yes, around like 70.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so $70,000 in 2025. And when you first joined, man, I mean, I tore apart your content a lot.
dude,
And
it's
we've had so many sessions where I
it
would just brutally roast Jake's
all the
content because
time,
he's
all the time.
naturally such a quiet guy. He's not really like a commanding leader by any stretch of the imagination. But I've really watched, Jake, as you've really developed this charisma and like this confidence as you've continued to build that community in your local area and online. It's just
Hmm.
been so cool to watch how you have transformed your personality as well. I think that a lot of people think, "Oh, I'm just really not that guy who's like super extroverted and I'm just more quiet." But it's clear that if you
Yeah,
put in the reps, if you put in in the work, it's just like everything else. If you exercise that muscle, you are going to become that guy. And now you're that guy. Like in all of your circles, you're the coaching guy. You can also provide people with supplements. Like
correct.
you've got everything going for you right now that you wanted. And so I think that a big thing going into this next year for you is going to be basically saying, "Hey, do I want to get complacent or do I want to continue to push further?" And I
Right.
think that you have so much upward momentum right now. Like there's no stopping. There's no stopping. You're going to continue to make really good progress. I'll ask you a couple more questions about this. When you first came in to Empire Blueprint, where were your sales skills at? And then how much would you say that those have improved just being inside, working with Braden, working with Adele, like these
Yeah.
people that we bring in to help you guys with the sales side of things? Have you seen some massive improvements on that front?
Yeah, definitely. So, I mean, I've always been I've been in the supplement industry for 10 years. So,
Mhm.
in-person sales, it was always about building personal relationships for me, not just selling a product.
Yeah.
And that's why I've been able to build this as
Hmm.
well. Um, but in terms of the whole sales thing, definitely like, I guess if what the mindset that I got was if they're already on the call, it's like it's up to me to like
Yeah.
convince them that they're making the right
Hmm.
decision. So it's
Yeah.
like if they're already on the call, it's like that's literally half of the game, I
Yeah.
guess. Um,
And now
and
it's
there's
your responsibility to
right,
close
it's
them.
mine,
And
yes.
if
So
you
that's
don't close them, If you don't close them, that means that you are lacking a
Incorrect.
skill. You are lacking
Hmm.
the skill in order to positively benefit their life, because you
Correct.
know how good
Correct.
your coaching is. You get
Yes.
so many good referrals. Like, everybody that works with you has such a great experience because you are so personable. You're such a great coach. I'm a very, very similar way with my style of coaching. I think that we have a lot of
Right.
similarities on that front. With the sales side of things, you've seen improvements in your ability to close. When you actually get people on that call, what I've seen is you've gone from more of like a passive closer, where you were like, yeah, like, this is kind of like what I have to offer. Like, oh, you okay, you don't want to do it, to like, hey man, you're on this call with me right now. I have already started coaching you, and I'm going to benefit your life. Like, I'm not going to let
Definitely.
you miss out on this opportunity that is starting to take things more serious, because everybody's biggest problem is procrastination. We live in a world of
Correct.
comfort. Everybody's so lazy. Like, you literally have to push them right off the bat. And you really have to command that authority. And so, has it helped having the personality shift where now you're more confident being able to go into those sales calls with more vigor?
Yeah, definitely. And then you come to find out there's a lot of dang, I can't objections.
Mm-hmm.
That's the
Lots of
so
them.
like it's normal. Obviously, it's like a defense mechanism for us. Uh, but definitely, I feel like if you can't handle an objection or like maneuver
Mm-hmm.
someone to basically get the idea through that they don't want to do it because obviously they're like, well, I can do it on my own. But and it always goes back to is like if you would have done it on your own, like why the hell haven't you done it already?
Yep, completely.
So and definitely and it's amazing to see because after I close someone, within the first couple of days, they're like, oh my God, like
Mm-hmm.
this guy actually gives a shit.
Yep. And
You
isn't that
know?
funny? It's always those clients that make you decide, I'm going to go so much harder on the sales. Because
Correct.
in the very beginning, when you're a more timid person, you're like, I'm a little bit scared to like try to close these guys and actually use my sales skills and back them into a
Yes.
corner. I don't want to make them feel uncomfortable. But then after you've closed a couple guys who were super hesitant, and then they decided to pull the trigger, and then they come back to you a couple weeks later and they're like, dude, thank you so much. I mean, I
So
have so
much.
many people that finish my 6-month program, and they're like, bro, I was so scared when I first started. And I am so thankful that you like literally
Yeah.
grabbed me and pulled me in. And
Yeah.
that's such a great feeling, and it gives you that vigor to really get people to fully commit and
Definitely.
actually commit to something in their lives.
Yeah, it's definitely I have taken a lot from you. It's more about I mean everyone can like make I guess like healthy decisions, right? There's healthy options
Mhm.
everywhere. But it's more about this.
Yep.
So it's all that I really stand by causing that mental shift. And I tell my clients complete transparency, and I've always been that, nonchalant, like I work behind the scenes and I let my work speak for itself.
Hmm.
Um, but it's like I don't plan on coaching you forever. And then when I tell people, they're like, "Whoa,
Yeah.
like, what do you mean?" I'm like,
Hmm.
"Well, yeah, that's what a coach is like I want to all the systems that I've learned, I want to show you them so that way when you're done with this program, you can feel confident and be like, and that is the most priceless thing is like where I can say like, dang, like Jake is the one that really shifted this whole mentality to have the tools that I need to prolong my life and feel more comfortable and have a better relationship with food and
Hmm.
understand that I can make certain progress just based on being mindful and being just so involved with your nutrition and mentality.
For sure, for sure. Well, how has the community aspect of Empire Blueprint really helped you out over the past
Dude,
year?
it's great. It's just like because you see like multiple people basically we're all doing the same thing,
Hmm.
and it's cool to see like, dang, if someone's I'm very competitive. So
Hmm.
like if I see someone doing really well, like well then like I want to beat him.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what do I do to I'm like we're all doing the same thing and we
Yep.
trust our systems, but it's again, it comes back to the idea of am I willing to help this individual uh obviously close the individual, but and make the bigger impact and be
Yeah.
like, dang, like, yeah, I made the sale and I closed, but obviously there's more to it than just the number.
Yeah, I think that that's one of the coolest things inside of Empire Blueprint is to see other people that you might even look at them and you're like, they're not smarter than me. They're not a better speaker than me. I don't even feel like they make better content than me, but they also are doing good, you know? And
Right.
you think, well, there's so many different ways that I can improve, and there's probably a lot of different ways that I can continue to put more effort in and see a direct correlation between the amount of effort that I put in and the money that I'm making. And also, it creates that environment where you get to also watch other people rise up. And I think that that's one of the coolest things ever, because a lot of people when they're first starting like a business, they don't understand how much work is actually going to go into it. And when they hit their first rough patch, they're just like, "Oh, I give up." But it's so helpful for you to be able to see the other people in there that have seen incredible success, like Malachi, like Ernest, like these
Yes.
people who go through and they absolutely crush it over a long period of time. You basically get to look up to them and see like, hey, these people, I started out with them and they made it. My time is coming. I just
Yes.
have to stay consistent. Like I know that if I stay consistent, I'll be able to pull it off. So hopefully that is
Yeah.
been encouraging for you. And I think that overall you're in a
I'm
much better position than you would have been
definitely
without
keep.
that. So the community aspect has been huge. You've been building out your supplement business. You've been, going from in-person training to mainly online, which is
Yes.
just awesome to see. You're feeling more like called to what you're doing right now. You feel like you're putting in that extra effort. You feel like you're working really hard. I guess I'll ask you this question. What do you see for yourself in the next year when it comes to continuing to scale and continuing to grow? Do you what are the main things you're trying to continue to get better at? I think content is something that
Hmm.
I can probably highlight just from the outside looking in. That's a place that we want to continue to put more effort. Is there anything else that you're really trying to accomplish?
Um, I mean, I just gotta keep growing. I mean, I'm trying to grow two companies basically
Hmm.
at one time.
Yeah.
I do have this one, and then this year, I did start the process of building another store. So
Wow.
it's like it still keeps
Yep.
climbing, and then I feel like everyone thinks that there's like an end goal to this,
Hmm.
and that's the issue is there's not.
Yeah.
As like things keep changing, like I know as if I keep growing, like there's systems that I have to change to keep growing with those. I mean, I don't know how much outreach I can get. Same thing like when you build a business, like you build a location or you need more systems, or maybe you need like a closer or like
Yeah.
people from Empire, you need
Hmm.
people to outreach. So as you grow, and I know you've been very forward with us, is that you can't do it all. There has to sometimes be a time where you have to
Yeah.
like spread
Delegate.
the workload, delegate.
Yeah.
Yes,
100%.
definitely.
And do you feel like becoming more confident, coming into your own more as a coach has helped you a lot with the content side of things? Are you noticing people that are coming to you and they're like, "Oh my gosh," because when you first joined, you would just post physique stuff. Like
Yeah,
you never even talk to the camera. But now you
yeah,
actually have a personality. Do you notice that brings in a lot more people and you've
yeah.
gotten a lot better at
I
that?
mean, being completely transparent, dude, my content still needs a lot of work.
Yep, it does.
But with that being said, is like if anyone is watching this, if you're, I guess, hesitant, and I don't have that many followers,
Hmm. Yeah.
but I've still been able to like make a big impact on what I have.
Yep, exactly.
So
That's what
there's
really
no
matters. A lot of people go,
exactly,
you have what, like 3,000,
not
3,000
even like
followers or so?
2,700,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
it's
And that's
about
like,
like,
it is true that if you provide value, that's a lot of people. That's a
yeah,
lot of people. And if you can get a lot of people, a lot of those people to sign up, you can have a super thriving business. You don't need
yes,
tens of thousands of followers in order to make it happen. And that's what you've done is you've really provided that personality, that branding. You've started to show
yeah.
your show your cards more. And I think that that's really brought a lot more people in.
Yeah, definitely. In the month of January, I will tell you, I've posted like a lot of conversations that I've had with clients on my
Hmm.
stories,
Yeah.
and those are the ones that people like resonated with
Yep.
my small following, if you want to
Hmm.
say,
Yeah.
and referrals. And January was just like, whoa, like I don't know what the heck is happening, but
Yeah.
again, like it was up to me to, close the people that were looking for that accountability. So it's
Yep.
been really good. And then also me just being me is like I've always kind of stayed in shape while people go through seasons. I'm
Hmm.
just kind of
Yep.
like always, oh
You're
damn, he's
super
always like,
consistent.
yeah,
You're
always
super consistent.
consistent,
Yep.
always. So
You're
like,
that rock, and people look for that in a coach. They don't
yeah,
want to see somebody that like falls off every single year and then they decide to get back in shape and then they fall off. They need that consistency. They need that cornerstone that's
yeah.
going to like keep them motivated and keep them moving forward. I think that that's really really important.
Yeah, so definitely, staying between 10 to 12% body fat,
Yeah.
regardless of the situation. It's like if Jake has been able to do it for 6 plus 7 years, like he definitely has the systems in place to teach me how to do the
Mhm.
same.
Yep.
And that's just what it comes down to is like, yeah, I always tell people is you can get to a certain level,
Mhm.
but if you're able to not maintain it, then you didn't really learn anything.
Completely. Yep, there
Yeah,
you go. And what would you say to somebody who's really on the fence about joining a community like Empire Blueprint or seeking out further mentorship? You know, they know that this is something that they want to do. They want to be a fitness coach. They want to put in this work. They want to feel the fulfillment that comes from like monetizing their passion, but they're just like I don't really want to spend money on that. I don't really want to
right.
join something like that. What would you say to somebody that's on the edge of that?
Well, I would say is if you don't want to grow, then don't take risks.
Mhm.
That's all I can say.
Yeah.
Is like we get so, and it goes back to the thing is we limit ourselves and
Mhm.
just think like again, it's a number. But I mean, I've whatever how much this mentorship program costs, I've done that
Mhm.
tenfold.
Way more. Yep.
And it's build a relationship with you, which you can't put
Mhm.
a price on that.
Indeed.
So definitely, there's so many people that I've met throughout the community, like having that same drive, like trying to figure it out. And I guess what people are hesitant about is that there's like a certain timeline that like, oh, like I'm gonna reach this amount of money after
Mhm.
month three, and it's
Yep.
like, dude, no, that's not how. Excuse my language. That's not how it fucking
Yep.
works. You
Completely.
know, it's
Completely.
really not. It's like if you're saying you're gonna start a business, you don't nobody knows about you, and you're just gonna expect you to walk in like, good
Uh-huh.
luck, dude.
I totally agree. It's with the super high expectations that often kills people's drive there at the very beginning. And I think that you came into this with the long term goal in mind.
For
And that's
sure.
one of the right off the bat. That's how I can tell if somebody's actually going to be successful. Is like how far into the future are they thinking? And you were thinking far into the future.
Yeah.
And I
And
remember you telling me about that car wreck and how it had changed your perspective that you wanted to do something more fulfilling. You wanted to feel like you were actually giving something your all, and that's exactly what you've done. So
yeah.
props to you for that, man. 70K last year, 12K in the
Uh,
first
yeah.
month of 2026. I mean, you're on a roll, and I'm excited to see how the rest of this year treats you.
Yeah.
Is there anything else that you want to leave with either your future self when you reference back to this video or anybody else that might be listening who is inspired by your journey or inspired to want to do the kind of work that you're doing?
It's so funny because I posted just like a little, a little clip, and it kind of something. It was something that I took inspiration from, and it's like it was very simple. It's like you either rest or you rust.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, yo, bro, get to work,
Yep.
or like if you can sit on a couch potato, be complacent, and you'll rust and never break a chain and like understand what your full potential could possibly be. And then just basically always take the risk. I mean, I'm building two companies at once.
Yeah.
So it's like there's definitely a lot on my plate. But if you're able to, turn on certain brains or do things that's again is like if you do something that you're passionate about, I don't think that you ever get tired of it.
Hmm.
And that's just what it comes down to.
Yeah.
Because yeah, you can live, you can do your 9 to 5 and then still not be happy. And it's like you still have all this time in the day where you can build something else. And take it from me, I went to school, got my degree, got what my parents wanted, and I basically
You
eliminated
didn't
all of
use it
that.
at all, huh?
Yeah, so then I went to personal training, and then now this is the next step of my personal business, and then building a company around fitness. It's
Hmm.
just been a blessing, and fitness has brought me a lot, and it's been able to build relationships with people that I would have never came across, or not only that, but understand that I'm able to have an impact. And growing up, I was never that kid that people like would look up to, just kind of that shy kid that like was looked over.
Hmm.
And I've had, it's like, when you hit those high school days and like people have their primes and stuff,
Hmm.
uh, some of those people have reached out to me, and it's been a blessing to be like full circle. Like,
That is
now you're looking for my help,
that is
and you thought you're at the
incredible,
top of the
man.
mountain.
You're far from your peak, Jake.
Yeah,
You're
dude.
working towards it, but you're still far from it. I mean, it is really cool to see, and it's infectious to have like to be in a community with other people who are catching that wind, and they're getting super motivated with what they're doing. I just think that's so powerful. Like I never would have made it if it wasn't for Dylan. Like
It's
that's why
yeah,
we
dude.
started Empire Blueprint together, is because like I genuinely would not have made it without him. I would have quit. But there were so many times where I was like 10 failed sales calls in a row, and I was calling him and I'm like, dude, this is not going to work. Like I'm thinking about going back to my 9 to 5 job and just saying like screw it with this because I can't take this anymore. And he's like, dude, come on, like you gotta give it more effort. Like other people have done this that are worse than we are. Like they're lower IQ,
Yeah,
they make worse content, all this type of stuff, but they're making money doing it. What's our excuse? We literally have no excuse. So we have
yeah,
to go make it happen. Like we have to try and we have to give it our all. And so it's been great to have you inside of the community, continuing to lift the other guys up. When they're down. When
yeah.
they're on loss streaks when it comes to their
Dude,
sales calls, or
I
they're
was
not
there.
passionate about their
I
content.
was
You were
there.
one hundred
I
percent
was
there.
there.
I know.
Yeah,
That's why this call in and of itself is like a victory lap, because it's
yeah,
going
dude.
through and being like, dude, Jake went through all of the
Oh,
shit. He went through all of the
the
shit that
shit.
everybody else goes through, and yet he's sitting on this call right now, having done numbers that everybody else is really hoping that they could do. And
Yeah,
so, like the possibility for being able to succeed is there. It's just about really committing to building that ecosystem, like cultivating that environment around what you want to do, and really bringing that passion to your
dude.
work.
It's so funny. Sorry to cut you off, Brandon,
No,
but
no, you're
dude,
good.
when I think I started the Empire Blueprint when it was like brand new. Like you had just started
Yep,
this
it
shit.
was very new.
And what's funny is like I had just started my other company too.
Uh-huh.
So it's like we've both been building like together like similar stories.
Isn't that
Obviously, you've been
so cool to see, bro?
dude, you've
Isn't
been
that
doing
so
this
cool?
so long, but like, dude,
I
I can't.
know.
I'm like going on year 2, and then like it just keeps going and
Mhm.
going, and
It
dude,
feels like it truly feels like we're brothers in business and passion. We're
yeah, for
like
sure,
we're
dude.
we're, we're tied together. Like our souls are
Yeah,
interlinked in that we've been on the come up together, like, and we've both watched each other like just become more and more successful because we grind. We put in the
definitely, bro.
work. It is really encouraging.
And
Um,
definitely, I will take, just to give you kudos, bro, is like anyone watching this, like scroll down on your YouTube and I see you showed us the videos where you're like, welcome to I'm Brandon. It's
yeah.
like so
And
crazy.
it's
And then
so
now it's
bad. It's
like,
so cringe.
yeah,
But we've come
but
so far. Yep.
yeah, dude. So it's just one of those things like you just got to keep building. And even you tell us like there's shifts and like algorithms and like you're doing more different content. And it's like an always growing process.
Mm-hmm.
And you've been able to scale tenfold yourself. And
Mm-hmm.
I want to fill those shoes.
Yep.
So like, it's kind of crazy to think about. But yeah, man, it's like, just keep building, and you have multiple companies under your belt,
Mm-hmm.
just like I do too. But it's one of those things, like, you can't limit yourself. You got to keep taking those risks, and it'll always be like that. We'll always have that in us. And that's a beautiful thing, God bless. He put us together.
Yeah.
I definitely, give him, all the power for sure. So,
Amen. Amen.
amen, man.
Amen. Well, thanks for hopping on, Jake. It was great having you. Continue the victory lap, dude. Great to have you inside of Empire Blueprint. Thanks for giving your perspective. I hope that this really benefits and motivates some people out there. And
For sure, man.
have a good rest of your day.
Thank you, brother. I still need to work on the content, though. I'll give you that.
We're gonna
It'll-
continue making progress, brother. That's
All
what
right,
it's
brother.
about.
Appreciate you. Thank you for the call, bro. I really
Of course,
appreciate
man.
it. It's definitely an honor to talk to you again. It's been a minute.
Of course, dude.